Very good afternoon friends. In today's video we are going to discuss about GSTR 9C. First of all, we'll see who is required to file GSTR 9C. Earlier, every registered person whose aggregate turnover during a financial year exceed 2 crores to get his accounts audited as specified under section 35(5) of CGST Act and was required to furnish a copy of audited annual accounts and a reconciliation statement duly certified form GSTR 9C. However, with the amendment notified on 31st July 2021, every registered person whose turnover exceeds 5 crore in the previous financial year is required to file GSTR 9C on self-certification basis. This amendment is applicable from 2021 onwards. So, if you are not filed GSTR 9C before 2021, the turnover category of 2 crores will apply to you. First, what is Form GSTR 9C? Form GSTR 9C is a reconciliation statement between annual return in GSTR 9 filed for the financial year and the figures as per annual financial statements as per the taxpayer. That is the difference between GSTR 9 and the difference between your ITR copy filed. If any differences arising from reconciliation will be reported in this form along with the reasons for such difference. The certified statement shall be issued for every GSTN and therefore there can be multiple forms GSTR 9C for a single form, single PAN. What is the due date for filing GSTR 9C? Form GSTR 9C must be filed on or before 31st of December of the year subsequent to the relevant financial year under the audit. Let's say, for example, if the financial year closes on 31st December 2022, you have to file GSTR 9C on or before 31st December 2022. The due date may be extended by the government by way of notification if it deems it to be necessary for it to do so. What are all the contents of Form GSTR 9C? Form GSTR 9C contains a reconciliation statement which is further divided into 5 parts. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4 and Part 5. We are going to explain. First of all, we'll see how to right now GSTR 9C can be filed on self-certified basis. You doesn't require a CA's help to file GSTR 9C. If you require our help to file GSTR 9C, please click on the link below and you please contact mrgstconsultancy @gmail.com for any help. First, I will show you you cannot directly log on to the GST portal and you cannot file GSTR 9C as it is. First of all, you have to download offline utility. Before filing GSTR 9C, I will show you how to download the offline utility. First, you have to go to Google and you have to type GSTR 9C offline utility. You have to click on the first link, GSTR 9C offline utility GST portal, where you can see it here. You have to click it. I'm on my smartphone right now recording, so if you are on your laptop, you just follow the link which I have quoted. After that, you can see here there will be a download link will be there. You please click on the download link and you click on the proceed button. So it will ask for download file. So I just already downloaded it. So you please download as it is. It is a zip file. You please do unzip. The JSON, you have to create a JSON and you have to file it on GST portal. First of all, we'll let us discuss what are all the contents of GSTR 9C. First one, the part 1 will be the basic details, consist of financial year, GST number, legal name, trade name. The taxpayer must also mention if he is subject to audit under any law. Like, let's say if he is audited, if his accounts need to be audited under Cooperative Societies Act, he has to mention. If his accounts need to be audited under the Companies Act, he has to mention. That's all. Part 2. Part 2 will be reconciliation of turnover declared with the audited financial statement with turnover declared in annual return. These two comparison we had to mention. This involves reporting the gross and taxable turnover declared in the annual return in the audited financial statement. One must note that most often the audited financial statement are at PAN level. This might require the breakup of the audited financial statement at GST level for reporting in GSTR 9C. Part 3 will be reconciliation of tax paid. This section requires GST rate-wise reporting of the tax liability that arises as per the accounts and paid as per the reported in GSTR 9, respectively, with the differences thereof. Further, if it is requires the taxpayer to state the additional liability due to unreconciliation differences noticed upon reconciliation, he can also do so. Part 4 will be reconciliation of input tax credit. That is the main headache of GSTR 9C is input tax credit reconciliation. This part consists of reconciliation of input tax credit availed and utilized by the taxpayers as reported in GSTR 9 and as reported in annual financial statement. Like in annual financial statement, we'll put it on the current assets that what are all the ITC that is pending with us, or else what are all the ITC liability is pending on a year end. So if there is any differences between this GSTR 9 and the audited annual financial statement, we have to mention it on the respective table. And the second thing is one second. And the second thing is part 5, auditor recommendation on additional liability due to non-reconciliation. Here the auditor must report any tax liability identified through reconciliation exercise and GST audit pending for payment by the taxpayer. This can be non-reconciliation of turnover or ITC on account of amount paid in supplies not included in the annual return GSTR 9, erroneous refund to be paid back, other outstanding demands to be settled. Everything has to quote. Lastly, the instruction to the format of GSTR 9C specifies that an option will be given to taxpayer to settle taxes as recommended by the auditor at the end of the reconciliation statement. Summarize tables to form GSTR 9C. Change is applicable from financial year 2021 onwards. First of all, what are all the changes that has been made in GSTR 9C table? We'll discuss. First is part 2, tables 5B to 5N. Reconciliation of the annual turnover as per the audited financial statement with the turnover declared in GSTR 9. These tables are optional while filing GSTR 9C. So that is the optional thing. If there are any adjustment, those can be done in table 5, part 3 and table 9. Reconciliation of GST rate wise liability and the amount payable. First of all, a new row has been inserted below K 0.1% to have K1. GST rates are not listed above it. Part 3 and table number 11. Any additional amount to be paid but not paid on account of other reasons specified under table 6, 8, 10 must be declared there. A new row has also been inserted 0.1% to have other GST rate not listed above it. And the part 4, table 12B, 12C and 14, reconciliation of input tax rate, that is what it speaks about. These tables are optional while filing GSTR 9C. Okay, fine. Auditor's recommendation about GSTR 9C. Right now the auditor recommendation on additional liability due to non-reconciliation heading right now has been changed, like additional liability due to reconciliation, that has been heading has been changed. A new row others is inserted below 0.1% to other GST to about verification. The changes that is we are going to discuss is verification of the registered person replaced by the following lines. Right now when we file GSTR 3B or GSTR 1, there will be some verification will be there, lines will be there. That is, I hereby solemnly affirm and declare that the information given here are true and correct and nothing has been concealed therefrom. I am uploading the self-certified reconciliation statement in form GSTR 9C as applicable. I am also uploading other statement including financial statement, profit and loss balance sheet, etc. Part 5, additional liability due to non-reconciliation. The wordings of are revised. The wordings of the instructions are revised to remove references to the auditor and their recommendation. Part 5 consists of additional liability to be discharged by taxpayer due to non-reconciliation of turnover or non-reconciliation of input tax credit. Any refund that has been mistakenly considered and paid back to the taxpayer due to government must also be declared in this table. Right now we'll discuss about refund. When the taxpayer can get the refund is on GST, refund of input tax credit can be claimed only by two things. One is due to inverted tax structure. Let's say your input has more tax percent. Let's say if you are a grinder manufacturer, your input, let's say your spare parts has a higher tax rate, let's say 28% tax rate, and your outward supply, your output tax liability has 18% tax rate, which implies like the inverted tax structure liability will arise. So when there is an inverted tax structure, your your credit ledger will stand a huge amount, so you can go for refund. Or else the second thing is when you have done an export of goods or services. So when you do an export, your outward supplies are zero rated. So when your outward supplies are zero rated, obviously what are the inputs that you are purchasing will stack in your credit ledger. In these two thing only a person can go for refund. So if you want any additional information regarding refund, regarding filing GST or 9C, regarding filing income tax, you please contact us beforehand, for we have put some efforts to making this video. If you give a thumbs up, and it will really motivate us. So please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe button and share button, and you please requested to turn the notification on, so next time when I upload the video that you won't miss any videos from our side. So you can also be updated on the GST side. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video.